Have you ever wondered why, despite the chaos swirling around us, some people seem to navigate through life with remarkable calm and purpose? It's as if they've tapped into a secret source of strength that most of us are still searching for. What if I told you that the key to this resilience isn't something born out of extraordinary circumstances, but a philosophy accessible to every single one of us today? Yes, I'm talking about Stoicism, an ancient yet incredibly practical philosophy that has helped great minds throughout history thrive amidst turmoil. Today we dive deep into how Stoicism can transform not just the way you handle challenges, but how you view every minute of your life. I'm really excited to share these insights because they've profoundly changed my perspective and approach to life's hurdles. I encourage you to keep an open mind and engage with this content. Comment below on how open you are to reshaping your thoughts and the wisdom you've gained from any previous encounters with Stoic principles. If you find what we discussed today intriguing, or if it resonates with you in any way, please consider subscribing to the channel, giving this video a like, and sharing it with friends or family who are on their own journeys of personal growth and philosophical exploration. For those of you skeptical about what Stoicism can offer, I challenge you to stay with us till the end. This discussion might just change your mind by revealing the depth and practicality of Stoic wisdom in ways you haven't considered before. Let's embark on this journey of discovery together, exploring how ancient philosophy can address very modern problems. Understanding your control sphere. This is a game changer because it truly lays the groundwork for everything Stoic philosophy stands for. The idea here is incredibly simple yet profoundly impactful. Some things in life are within our control, and a whole lot of others are not. Grasping this can dramatically shift how we react to different situations and lead to a significant decrease in unnecessary stress. Now, what exactly can we control? Our actions, our thoughts, our responses, these are our domain. This means we have the power to decide how we interpret events, how we react to others, and how we face challenges. That's pretty empowering, right? On the flip side, the things we can't control include the actions of other people, the past, the future, and much of what happens around us. Let me give you an example. Say you're stuck in traffic and you're getting frustrated because you're going to be late. In this scenario, the traffic is beyond your control. No amount of frustration or anger is going to clear up the jam. However, what you can control is your response to being stuck. You can choose to listen to a podcast, perhaps a Stoicism one, and turn this time into an enriching experience, or at least a more bearable one. Now, why is recognizing this control sphere so vital? Because focusing on what we can't control is a massive waste of energy, time, and emotional bandwidth. Stoicism teaches us to redirect that energy into areas where we can make a difference. It's about accepting the external events as they come, not with resignation, but with the clarity that our true power lies in our responses. This understanding leads to a form of mental freedom. Imagine not being constantly upset by the weather, other people's opinions, or unforeseen events. Instead, imagine having the inner tranquility to accept these things while focusing your energy on your actions, like working on personal growth, fostering relationships, or advancing your career. Practicing this doesn't mean you won't ever get upset or wish things were different. What it does mean is that you'll find yourself bouncing back quicker, or maybe not getting as disturbed in the first place. You start to develop resilience, the Stoic kind, which is all about bouncing forward, not just bouncing back. So how do we start practicing this? It begins with mindfulness, paying attention to our reactions in various situations and asking ourselves, is this something within my control? If it isn't, we practice letting go, focusing instead on what we can do about the situation. It's a simple practice, but like any skill, It requires consistency and patience to master. Developing emotional resilience. This is fundamentally about our ability to bounce back from setbacks and maintain our composure amid stress or crisis. Stoicism offers a robust framework for building this resilience by encouraging us to see adversity as a normal part of life and an opportunity for personal growth. The Stoic philosophers weren't just talking about coping, they were talking about thriving through understanding and adaptation. The core of developing emotional resilience in Stoicism lies in the concept of perception. It's not the events themselves that upset us, but our opinions about them. This means if we can change our perceptions, we can influence our emotional responses. For example, if you're passed over for a promotion, you can view it as a personal failure, or you can see it as a chance to assess your skills objectively, understand new areas for professional development, or even reconsider your career path. Both perspectives are about the same event, but the emotional outcomes are vastly different. Stoicism teaches us to delay our reactions, to give ourselves time to frame our perceptions more constructively. This delay isn't about suppression, but about giving ourselves a moment to choose a response that aligns with our values and long-term goals, rather than reacting out of hurt, anger, or disappointment. It's about asking ourselves, what's the best way to handle this situation, rather than, why is this happening to me? Building emotional resilience also involves accepting what we cannot change. The famous Stoic Marcus Aurelius wrote that it's not events that disturb us, but our judgment about them. By accepting the reality of the situation as it is, not as we wish it to be, we can find peace. Acceptance doesn't mean passive resignation. It's an active, almost rebellious embrace of life's unpredictability. Another key practice here is focusing on the present moment, which is a powerful Stoic exercise to enhance emotional resilience. Often, our anxieties stem from dwelling on the past or fearing the future. By anchoring ourselves in the present, we engage with life as it is right now, where we actually have power to act. This mindfulness, this conscious presence, reduces unnecessary stress and makes our lives inherently more manageable and more enjoyable. Moreover, developing emotional resilience through Stoicism involves regularly reflecting on the impermanence of our troubles. Just as the good times don't last forever, neither do the bad. This perspective helps us endure difficult periods with greater calm, knowing that change is the only constant. So how can you start building greater emotional resilience today? Begin by observing how you react to small inconveniences or conflicts. Challenge yourself to pause and consider more deliberate responses. Reflect on your day and think about moments you could have handled differently. These practices might seem simple, but their effects are profound. They cultivate a robust emotional resilience that can transform not only how you handle crises, but also how you live each day. Cultivating daily discipline. When we talk about discipline in Stoicism, we're not just talking about strict schedules or rigid routines. Instead, we're talking about a kind of discipline that's much more personal and impactful. The discipline of aligning our daily actions with our deepest values and long-term goals. Think about it. Each day is filled with countless decisions, right? What to eat, when to work, who to spend time with, what to read, and so on. Stoic discipline involves making these choices consciously, with an eye toward what truly matters in the long run. It's about choosing actions that reinforce our commitment to living a virtuous, meaningful life, rather than just going with the flow or acting on impulse. But here's the kicker. Discipline, according to Stoicism, isn't just about self-control. It's also about freedom. It might sound paradoxical at first, but think about it. When we discipline ourselves to focus only on what we can control and let go of the rest, we're actually freeing up a ton of emotional and mental space. This freedom allows us to be more present, more engaged, and ultimately more fulfilled in our daily lives. One of the key practices for cultivating this kind of discipline is setting clear, actionable goals that are directly tied to your values. If one of your values is health, for instance, your goal might be to exercise for 30 minutes each day. If it's learning, maybe you set aside an hour each evening for reading. The point is to make these goals so integral to your daily routine that over time, they become less about enforcing discipline and more about living out your values naturally and effortlessly. Another crucial aspect of Stoic discipline is mindfulness, being aware of our thoughts and actions in the moment. This awareness helps us recognize when we're deviating from our values and provides the opportunity to correct our course. It's about asking ourselves throughout the day, is this action contributing to my well-being and growth, or is it a distraction? By staying mindful, we can keep our actions aligned with our goals. Consistency is also vital. Stoicism teaches us that it's not the big dramatic actions, but the small, consistent ones that shape our lives. Just like a river slowly shapes the landscape through persistent flow, our daily habits and routines shape our character and destiny. Whether it's practicing gratitude, studying philosophy, or exercising, consistency in these small practices builds a strong foundation of discipline that can withstand life's unpredictabilities. To help strengthen this practice, Stoics often recommend reflecting at the end of each day. Take a few minutes before bed to think about the day's events. Ask yourself, did I live according to my values? What could I have done better? This reflection not only reinforces your daily discipline, but also fosters a kind of mental clarity that makes future discipline easier and more effective. And here's a Stoic secret to really locking in that discipline. Embrace discomfort occasionally. Challenge yourself to step outside your comfort zone, whether it's by trying a new activity, initiating a difficult conversation, or even taking a cold shower. These challenges remind us that discomfort is often temporary and that pushing through it can lead to growth and improvement in ways we might not anticipate. So if you're looking to cultivate more discipline in your life, start small. Choose one area that aligns with your values, set a manageable goal, and commit to it daily. And remember, discipline in the Stoic sense isn't about punishing yourself or living a joyless life. It's about creating a life that's in harmony with your values and true to your best self. Embracing change with open arms. Change is a constant in life, yet so often it's our biggest source of anxiety and fear. But what if we could switch that mindset? What if we could see change not as a threat, but as an opportunity? This is where Stoicism shines, offering us powerful insights into accepting and even welcoming change as a natural part of our existence. Stoicism teaches us that the only constant in life is change. Everything around us is in a state of flux. The seasons, our relationships, even our own thoughts and feelings. By embracing this reality, we align ourselves with the natural order of the world, reducing our resistance to what is inevitable. This alignment doesn't just make us more adaptable, it makes us stronger, because we're no longer wasting energy fighting against the natural course of events. One of the core Stoic exercises for embracing change involves practicing indifference to things outside our control. This doesn't mean we don't care about outcomes. Rather, it means we remain internally stable and committed to our values, no matter the external circumstances. For example, if you're up for a promotion at work, it's natural to hope you get it. But a Stoic approach would focus on doing your best in the application process while accepting that the final decision is out of your hands. This way, whether you get the promotion or not, your internal peace isn't disturbed. Another aspect of embracing change is reframing our perception of adversity. Stoics view challenges not as barriers, but as chances to test and build our resilience. Every setback is an opportunity to practice virtues like patience, courage, and persistence. When we start seeing life's obstacles in this light, change becomes less daunting. It becomes a pathway to personal growth and character development. Moreover, embracing change means staying present in the moment. Often our fear of change is tied to anxieties about the future or regrets about the past. Stoicism encourages us to focus on the present, on what we can do right now. This focus minimizes unnecessary worries and maximizes our effectiveness. It's about asking, what is the best use of my time right now, rather than getting lost in what-ifs or if-onlys. To truly embrace change, Stoicism also teaches us to cultivate detachment from specific outcomes. This detachment is not about giving up on our goals, but about maintaining our equanimity regardless of how things turn out. It's a powerful state of mind that allows us to pursue our ambitions vigorously without becoming emotionally dependent on achieving certain results. This way, we enjoy the journey as much as, or even more than, the destination. Let's try a little exercise right now. Think about a change you're currently facing or anticipate facing soon. It could be a move to a new city, a change in your relationship status, or a shift in your career. Now, instead of focusing on the potential stresses or what might go wrong, ask yourself, what can this change teach me? And how can it help me grow? Approaching change with these questions can shift your perspective dramatically, turning apprehension into action. Embracing change with open arms isn't about passive acceptance. It's an active, empowering choice to remain fluid, flexible, and open to life's endless possibilities. It's about making peace with impermanence and finding joy and growth in the unknown. So let's carry this Stoic wisdom into our daily lives, using it to transform our fears of change into excitement for the new paths that unfold before us. Living in accordance with nature. This might sound a bit abstract at first, so let's break it down together. When Stoics talk about nature, they aren't just referring to the natural environment, but also to human nature and the very essence of the universe, its rational structure and orderly way. Living in accordance with nature means aligning our actions with the way things are meant to be, based on reason and virtue. It's about understanding our place in the world and acting in ways that are in harmony with our own nature as rational and social beings. This alignment is crucial because it guides us toward a more fulfilling and meaningful life, one that is in sync with the larger order of things. But what does this look like in practice? It starts with self-awareness. By understanding our capacities and limitations, our strengths and weaknesses, we can begin to live in ways that enhance our well-being and contribute positively to those around us. For example, recognizing that we are naturally social creatures can encourage us to cultivate relationships and community, which are essential for our happiness and growth. Living in accordance with nature also involves embracing our rationality. This means using reason to guide our decisions rather than being swayed by fleeting emotions or external pressures. It's about making choices that are not only good for us, but also right and just. When faced with a decision, a Stoic might ask, is this action consistent with my best rational understanding of the world? Does it align with the virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation? Furthermore, this principle teaches us to accept the natural flow of life. including its ups and downs. Just as the seasons change, our lives are marked by periods of growth and decay, joy and sorrow. By accepting these natural cycles, we can maintain our inner tranquility and resilience. Instead of resisting change or lamenting our fate, we can embrace each phase of life as a necessary part of the whole. This acceptance doesn't mean passivity, rather it's an active engagement with life, grounded in a deep understanding of nature's rhythms. Another aspect of living in accordance with nature is respecting the environment itself. Stoics believe that as part of the natural world, we have a duty to protect and preserve it. This means making choices that are sustainable and considerate of the broader ecosystem. It's about recognizing our interconnectedness with all living things and acting in ways that honor this connection. Practically, this might mean choosing to walk or bike instead of driving, reducing waste, or supporting policies and practices that protect the environment. Each of these choices reflects a commitment to living harmoniously within the natural world, which is essential to Stoic ethics. Living in accordance with nature also demands that we face life's challenges with grace and fortitude. Nature itself is full of challenges: storms, earthquakes, seasons of drought and abundance. Similarly, our lives can be tumultuous and unpredictable. By observing nature, we can learn to meet our own challenges with the same equanimity that nature displays in the face of upheaval. Practicing mindfulness and gratitude. This pair of practices is truly transformative, and while they're simple in theory, they're deeply enriching when we weave them into the fabric of our daily routines. So, let's dive in and discover how these concepts can lead us to a more centered and satisfying life. Mindfulness, in the Stoic sense, is about maintaining a moment-by-moment awareness of our thoughts, feelings, bodily sensations, and the surrounding environment. It's a practice that encourages us to be fully present in the here and now without distraction or judgment. This might sound a bit like meditation, and you're right, it shares some similarities, but Stoic mindfulness is more about integrating this awareness into all aspects of daily life. It's about being consciously engaged in whatever we're doing, whether we're eating, walking, talking with a friend, or even completing a work task. Practicing mindfulness allows us to savor every moment, to truly engage with life instead of passing through it absent-mindedly. It helps us recognize the beauty of the present, often overlooked in our busy lives. This awareness also sharpens our perception, making us more attuned to our own reactions and the needs of others. With this heightened awareness, we can make more rational, compassionate decisions and respond more effectively to the challenges and opportunities that come our way. Now, let's talk about gratitude, which is deeply connected to mindfulness. Gratitude in Stoicism isn't just about saying thank you. It's about maintaining a state of appreciation for every aspect of our lives, recognizing the value of everything from the smallest pleasures to the grandest blessings. It's about seeing the good in every situation, even in challenges, which Stoicism teaches us can be opportunities for growth and improvement. Integrating gratitude into daily life can start with something as simple as keeping a gratitude journal where you jot down things you're thankful for each day. This could be as straightforward as a sunny day, a good meal, or a productive meeting. The key is consistency. The more regularly you acknowledge these things, the more ingrained the practice of gratitude becomes in your psyche. But why pair gratitude with mindfulness? Because when we are mindful, fully present in the moment, we are more likely to notice the details and blessings that we otherwise take for granted. This could be the warmth of sunlight on our skin, the comfort of a home that shelters us, or the presence of a friend who listens and supports us. Mindfulness opens our eyes to the abundance of our lives, and gratitude allows us to cherish and celebrate it. Moreover, practicing mindfulness and gratitude has a grounding effect. It keeps us anchored in the here and now, reducing worries about the past or anxieties about the future. This grounding is essential in a world that often feels chaotic and uncontrollable. With each mindful moment and each gesture of gratitude, we build a foundation of inner peace and resilience that can carry us through life's ups and downs. As we cultivate these practices, we also cultivate a deeper joy in living. This isn't the fleeting happiness that comes from external circumstances, but a profound sense of contentment and satisfaction that arises from within. This joy is durable because it depends not on what happens to us, but on how we see and respond to what happens. So, I encourage you all to start incorporating mindfulness and gratitude into your daily routines. Notice the immediate effects, like a decrease in stress or a boost in happiness, but also pay attention to the deeper changes over time, the increased resilience, the deeper connections with others, and the enhanced appreciation for life itself. Remember, the path to a more fulfilling life lies not just in seeking joy, but in cultivating a deep sense of presence and gratitude in every moment we're given. It's these moments that weave the rich tapestry of a truly meaningful life. If you're eager to dive deeper into the principles of Stoicism and how they can transform your daily experiences, check out the suggested video appearing on the screen now. There, we'll explore more Stoic practices that can help you lead a more centered and serene life. Thank you again for spending your time with me, for growing together, and for being a vital part of Stoic Journal. Until next time, stay present, stay grateful, and continue to cultivate your best self.